What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Now, there wasn't really much action happening yesterday for the price of Bitcoin, but we do have something very major coming up right now. Not only has Bitcoin hit a new yearly high, but right now, as we are about to actually close the weekly candle, Bitcoin is attempting to make a breakout. We're actually forming on the lower time frames a bit of an ascending triangle pattern. Now, understand that this is a very, very critical level, and this is going to decide essentially what's going to happen for Bitcoin moving forward, even in the next few months, but also is probably going to have a very volatile reaction to this level. In other words, breaking through this is probably going to be massive, and getting rejected from this is probably going to end up in a very big sell-off. Now, there is something in the charts that we can look at to kind of get hints as to where this may be going, but also something else we need to talk about because we have the Bitfinex longs absolutely skyrocketing. Is this something that we should be worried about? So this is everything that you need to know, all the key levels, and definitely make sure that you watch this to the end and watch it certainly before tomorrow. So Bitcoin is actually attempting to push up above its yearly high right here. You can see this candle, we got up to around $25,287. And remember, we said we were looking for a level between 25,100 and 25,300. And we did in fact get that. But you can see right here, each daily candle is trying to close higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, right? And having a look right here, you can see that again, we're trying to break above this triple threat, death cross, whatever you want to call it, that we've had with all of this major resistance. Now, this level is going to be a massive area of interest for the overall trajectory for Bitcoin. If we can break and close above this, then I can honestly say, guys, we are probably going to continue this bull run, maybe even for the next few months. But right now, you could see we're having difficulty breaking above it. Now, the good news is that, I mean, unless something absolutely crazy happens in the next few hours, we are going to close the highest weekly candle of this entire year for Bitcoin. So this is actually good on the short term. Now, we wouldn't actually be technically getting higher, than the wick, but we would be closing the body of the candle higher than before. Now, right here on the short term, this is sort of the issue that I wanted to talk about, guys. You could see that what we're doing is, we are putting in higher highs, and technically we are putting in higher lows as well, but you could see that right now we're pushing on this resistance, and we've attempted to break through it 1, 2, 3 times. Now, just the same way, if you were jumping on a trampoline, right? If this was the bottom, you would eventually break down, and in the top, you're trying to break through the ceiling. But the one thing that I do want to kind of just point out is if we zoom out here and just have a look, this is not exactly a perfect parallel channel. While it's not crazy expansive, you can see that this is actually a broadening wedge. This is slightly an ascending broadening wedge. You can kind of see, we're starting to get a little bit bigger. You could see, and obviously this is a very, very small one, nothing major, but you could see that if we did continue to do this, we would technically be in an ascending broadening wedge, which is actually a bearish pattern. Technically, this pattern does break to the downside. So there could be a potential chance on the short term that we at least come down here to revisit this heart line, or worst case scenario, we can even break through this level right here at around 22,000, which would freak everybody out, right? Only to then, get, potentially bought back up here and continue again to the upside. So I just wanted to point that out because, theoretically speaking, this level, although is, a great level to potentially putting in a long, we do have to be careful because there is that chance of rolling over and coming all the way back down to around 21,800. Now, I'm not saying that this is bearish by any means. And, if you guys do want to learn how to trade, make sure you check out the tutorial popping up above. And also, guys, get subscribed to the channel because I am going to be posting my Apex Pro tutorial very soon, probably within the next few days. You don't want to miss that, so make sure you guys do turn that bell notification on for that. But as you guys can see right here, this is the critical level that we were looking to break, right? So obviously, the first area, right, that we had to break was this little pivot high right here. Boom, we took that out, no problem. And then we had this, this next sort of area where we had this bounce. And then, of course, the most important is this Terra Luna crash where we came down here, we had this wick, we came across, we could not break above it. And obviously right here, look at where we're consolidating, right? We're still not able to get above that level. So it is a very, very critical level for Bitcoin. Now, just to let you guys know, if by chance we do break this level, I'm just going to let you know, then there is the possibility, that we could go all the way up to 28,000. That would actually close the other CME futures gap, right? And, at that point, we could have a pullback, but that could even push Bitcoin all the way up to $31,000, guys. Now, my absolute high level would probably be, obviously 37 is crazy, but between 31 and 33, that's where I would start to get really, really, really cautious for a major pullback for Bitcoin. But again, just pointing it out, if you do want to just take this breakout point from here, this is a, falling wedge pattern, and this pattern should bring us up here to around this level of $57,000 for Bitcoin. I know that sounds crazy. It sounds unbelievable. It seems like it can't happen. It's not going to happen overnight. We could have something like this, break down, retest, again, keep testing these levels like this and, something like that. But yeah, it is looking quite crazy if the bulls can keep this momentum. But here is what's a little bit concerning. Now, this is the Bitfinex longs, and this is the entire recorded history. These are monthly, so every one of these candles is a month. That's why it doesn't look like that big of a chart. And you could see like we're kind of bouncing around. Okay, we had a lot of excitement back here, December, January of 2020, getting a little bit more bearish in, the beginning of 21, getting a little bit more excited in July of last year, pulling back, and then boom, absolutely exploding. So there are a lot of people holding these longs right now. Now, either the Bitfinex whales know something we know, maybe they're just playing it smart. They're longing closer to the bottom. But if you have a look at this, guys, I mean, you have seen on these lower time frame charts, and obviously this is a 5 minute, so this is, changing as we're seeing it. But I mean, some of these guys are really starting to put in some major longs. In fact, the Bitfinex longs, you could see, well, this morning they were up almost around 97%. In the past 4 hours. Relatively even on both sides, but just be careful because I had seen some of these spiking up pretty high, and you could see that most of them are holding them pretty high right now. And actually, like Justin Bennett had pointed out over on Twitter, he was saying over $100 billion, yes, $billion worth of Bitcoin longs left untouched at around 20,800. So again, could we be looking to go back down to those levels? Now, we have not had any full confirmation. If we go to these lower time frames right here, I just wanted to point out, you are seeing this little green dot down here. So you could argue that, there may be, a pop left in it, but maybe that's the pop that we're getting right now. But like I said, looking more at like these 4 hours, what I'm really looking for is basically, some kind of a wave. I want like a super small wave to come down, very, very small, something like this down here, and then boom, take that long, or, potentially, to then come a lot deeper and then start a new anchor trigger wave. Okay, so make sure you guys get subscribed. We are going to go over that. And if you guys want to know more about these indicators, I will be sharing a little bit more information in the upcoming weeks. I do have a link for Market Cipher if you want below. I do want to talk a little bit more about Wave Edge. A lot of people have been asking me for it, but in a nutshell, okay, let's not overcomplicate things. Let's just show it like we're talking to a 5-year-old here. This is what we have, guys. We have this major downtrend, right, that we've had right here, right, holding us down, boom, boom, and look, we've actually retested it. Came up, retested it, boom. So that is bullish. Let's put a check mark next to that, right? Thumbs up, okay? And the other thing right here that we can talk about is this uptrend. So if I just resize this again so you guys could see, coming over here, we have had this major trend that has been support since all the way back in December of 2018. We have support. We have support. Look at this, guys. Even though we fell below, right? Even though we fell below here, we did not close below it. We did not close below it. Look at that. We didn't close below it, right? So we have support there. Coming up here, look at this, guys. Did we ever close below it? Let's zoom in. Did we ever close below it? No, we did not ever close below it. All of these wicks, all of these, a little bit of green here, but we still closed above it. So all of this support, okay? So the ultimate level that you're looking for, okay, we already got this retest. So as long as Bitcoin can maintain, even if we were to come all the way down here, or even fall straight down today to around 18,460, which would be crazy. Be crazy, right? That'd be a massive fall. But as long as we can stay above this level, then we are maintaining this upward sloping trend, and it remains good for Bitcoin. But I just want you guys to be cautious in the short term because there is the possibility that we may be a little overextended, right? I mean, this move from top to bottom, roughly almost, well, it's about 50%. If we go from the actual bottom, let me take it right here. Yeah. So that move is about, 63%. Yeah. So, we could be potentially due for, a bit of that correction. But, I just want to point something out, guys. If you look at all these times, and this was pointed out by CryptoCon, every single time we're under this realized price, okay? We were under it for 5 months. Look at this. We have the bull market cross. Boom. Massive bull run right here. Under it for 10 months. This was a fake out right here. He even says, no bull market cross. It was a fake out. 10 months. We had the cross. What happened? Boom. Right here. Okay. 6 months under. We had the cross, boom, come over here. What did we do? 6 months under, we had the cross. So does history have to repeat? Is, the macro environment is different. I'm hearing it's like almost like people are like wishing for a recession at this point. I feel like everybody's like begging that the markets will fall. Like Will Clemente points out, when someone says you got lucky, just show them that hodling is not easy, okay? All of these pink represents price drawdowns. There have been multiple times in which multiple people over the course of Bitcoin's history have lost anywhere on paper, if you didn't sell, between 70 and 90% of your holdings, okay? So you can see right here, it's not easy, but for those that do hold long term, there is the payoff. And, for everyone who says, oh, we are correlated, but ultimately, guys, when markets go up, Bitcoin goes up even harder. So yes, there is a chance that the S&P could fall and Bitcoin could fall, relative base to it. Of course, anything could happen. But long term, look at the chart, look at gold, look at S&P, look at Bitcoin. I think the answer is obvious. Over the, long term, the answer is Bitcoin, okay? Short term, yes, very volatile. Long term, I think Bitcoin is the place to be. Not financial advice, of course. And, just to talk about something here, we have had daily growth of Bitcoin block and bytes growing. We've seen a lot of people getting excited over the oracles. The network is growing. Very, very good all around for the price of Bitcoin. And again, just saying, are we having a repeat, of what we had back here? Could be, guys. Could be. So I just wanted to point that out to you. And again, guys, if you do want to learn how to trade, make sure you check out Apex Pro. I do have the link below in the description if you want to learn how to trade on a decentralized exchange. I will be uploading a tutorial for you guys within the next day or two. So like I said, make sure you do get subscribed for that. And that is what we are looking at. So be careful heading into the week. So again, guys, not trying to overhype anything, not trying to make it crazy, but in all reality, this is the level that we have been looking for quite some time. And we are physically hitting that level right now, that 25,300 area, right? Very, very critical for what could be happening for Bitcoin in the next 1 to 3 months. I do expect major volatility either way, to the upside or to the downside. And yeah, if you guys want to definitely get subscribed, we're going to be going over this. Super exciting times. It was very boring around that 15, 16K level, but now times are getting exciting. But this is the time to hunker down, pay attention, because this is going to decide what happens for Bitcoin moving forward. So that being said, thanks again for coming back to the channel. Super, kind of a quicker update today. Just wanted to talk about the charts. Tomorrow, we got a lot to go over. We have to see what happens. Hopefully, Bitcoin does have that weekly close, which I think it will. And eventually, we're going to have that monthly close, which should also be very confident for the price of Bitcoin as well. So thank you for coming back. You guys rock. Hope you are enjoying your day. If you do want to trade, check out these videos popping up right here, right now. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.